YouTube, hello, welcome to Persona 5 The Phantom X. So I wanted to try to make a video around the Nightmare Gateway, mostly because I pulled for Miku and I wanted to use her, and I figured I may as well make a video around it too, because like, why not? Because I'm having fun, and so I wanted to just do something that has some fun with it. So as a quick precursor for folks that don't know who I am, or if this is your first time seeing me, I do a variety of content here on YouTube, but I've done a lot of Ever Crisis content over the last like year and a half-ish. So I've gotten a lot of experience playing with mobile games offline, obviously, as well as here on YouTube. So I figured I wanted to try to like share my perspective on like how I deal with the Nightmare Gateways. And I'm going to do a Sea of Souls video as well, but I need to go through and like think about that one a little bit more. And these are both a little bit easier to just like lock and load. So I wanted to try to make a video really quick just about my thought process on how I build the team for like both of these. We'll start with the Balls of Bool, and then I'll do another video for Fafnir, just going over options and stuff. Obviously, if you're a new player, or if you're just trying to like find a guide for like how to clear this, if you're a new player, the rewards for the personal, which is where you get most of the jewels, these are usually pretty easy to get with just the characters that you can get from playing the game. So like regular 4-star characters can probably get to this level as long as you're using the weakness damage and paying attention to the actual the mechanics of the fight, which I'll go over here in a second. You can get these rewards pretty easily, and that's kind of what you're really looking for. The other stuff is nice, but like ultimately it's just like a couple Kompaku gems and some joy medals, which like is good. It's good to have, but if you can't get to the 12 million threshold, which most of you probably will, you'll at least be able to get most of the meta jewels, which is nice. So talking about the Balls of Bool fight, or Zebul, I may be saying that right. It might be Bale too. Maybe it's Bale. It might be Bale. I apologize. Regardless. So whenever you're going into one of the Nightmare fights, you're looking at the intel. This is going to give you all the special effects that you need to be paying attention to, and this will help you build your team. So the first special effect says allies theurgy damage is increased by 30%. This is for the Persona 3 reload characters, so like Makoto Yuki, Yukari, etc. And then after using a theurgy, user's final damage is increased by 30% more for 3 turns. It says that whenever an ally deals damage, that ally's damage is increased by 4%, lasts for 3 turns, and stacks up to 10 times. So you want to try to do things that have multi-hit attacks. Party's fire damage is increased by 20%, which is pretty easy. And then this one says that we're unable to deal critical hits, but then we deal increased final damage equal to the critical hit rate, and then with the critical damage minus 100%. So overall, this is a pretty easy one, especially if you've been playing for a while. But if you're a new player, again, this is just a couple of things that you're looking for here. So you can see that this says whenever an ally deals damage, that ally's damage is increased by 4%. Even though this thing is not like weak to, it is resistant to both of the things I was about to recommend. Which that's not super helpful, is it? But you can use Makoto Queen from P5, and we've got the selector for that, so you'd be able to choose Makoto as well. But Makoto's skill 1 does a multi-hit attack because it's only one target, unless it summons stuff, which I don't know if it does yet. We'll have to find out when we actually get into it. Oh, it does look like it would be Bale. Yeah, it looks like Bale. Okay. But yeah, so like that's her skill 1's a multi-hit attack. Her skill 3 is a multi-hit attack if they've got a whole bunch of elements on it. So like that's another way where you can get around not you bringing in Makoto Yuki and still getting a decent damage number. But when you're building your team out too, you can also look at your Companio with the assist feature. And if somebody has, say, an A6 Makoto Yuki on your assist, you can just bring this as well, and then just bring some supportive stuff, which is pretty cool. You only get to use one of these, so you want to use it on whichever one is better for you. For me, I'm going to be using the A6 Makoto Yuki because it's just the best option in the suggested stuff here. Did not realize somebody in the Companio had an A6R6 or R4 Makoto, I'm sorry, Cord. That's cool. But yeah, anyway, so that's something you can do as well. If you just started the game today, or if you just started for first anniversary, you can use somebody in your Companios, like suggested or assist characters, and that'll help you get to that higher point threshold. You're not really like looking to try to do, this is just a high score challenge basically, and you're just trying to have some fun, you know, try to get the highest score you can and have fun with it. You do get rewards if your Companio gets into like the top 200, I think is when they start giving out different rewards. Yeah, top 200. So once you start to get to top 200, you can see like instead of 6 sun crystals, which you can see I've got like 1700, you get 8, right? And a slightly better Companio coins, and then you get the like a Hall of Fame badge that goes up a little bit higher the higher rank you get. It's not the end of the world. This isn't for the ranking or the reward side. It's just for, you know, bragging points more or less, and to have some fun with it. So go into this with an open mind. Just try to have some fun with it. Don't worry about it too much. Don't worry about like, you know, pushing yourself too hard. Just have fun with it. This is a nice fun mode to like, you know, limit test your teams and what you've got available. So anyway, I'm gonna stop yapping. I'm certainly not an expert in this game. I'm not gonna act like it. So for me, I'm gonna use the A6 Makoto Yuki. just because again he's obviously the main benefit from this. He has the fire to 3 energy. He does multi-hit fire damage. All of that's just good. Go back to my thieves. Typically I run wind, which is Tempest Rico for the crit damage up, and then for the last slot we don't need a guardian for this, so it makes sense to just bring in like more damage. So I might just bring in the twins here, which I have an A1 twins, which give him more damage twice with their fire skill and their Psy nuke skill. And I can always run a heal on Wonder if I really need a heal, but I probably won't even need the heal anyways. Who else can we run here? I guess I could run the twins as a healer as well if we really wanted to, but it looks like it's going to be the twins regardless. The problem is that I usually use the twins with Violet, and I think Violet's on the other side. So part of me wants to not use them here, but I don't know who I would use instead. I guess I could use Turbo. This is what I mean when I say I'm not an expert. This is usually what I do when I go through this. I'm certainly not an expert. I guess a little bit more background. I don't pay attention to the stuff that's in the future. I know of some units because some other content creators that I watch mention it in the videos that they make. But other than that, I haven't gone out of my way to like actively look up like what's coming out soon or the best builds. I just kind of like have fun because I really enjoy this game. It's just fun, man. So I just have fun with it offline as most as I can. I'm a little new to like sharing on the YouTube space or on the internet in general. Because again, I'm certainly no expert in the game, but I know it works for me at least. I think Turbo is where I'm leaning towards right now because I want to use the twins on the other side. And I don't think that Turbo is going to be so bad in this fight. Obviously the down points don't really matter here, but I'm leaning towards using Turbo. And then I think for this I'm going to use Anj because I think Anj is a little bit better with Makoto Yuki since she gives that extra turn that like rewinds time versus like the 2 extra turns that Miku gives, and I'll do Miku on the highlight side instead to help that team get a little bit more off. We're gonna do Purgatory Knife. The Purgatory Knife is just the fire knife. It increases other allies' attacks as you like use these Inferno of Nothingness stacks, and then as you get to even higher stacks, you can see you increase fire damage by 24%, which is dope. And then for Personas, this is one that you get from actually exchanging at the I think it's the Repression Metal 4 bit, which you get from doing the Sea of Souls. So you may not have this persona available. If you're a new player that's looking around for guides, you might not have this one available. You might not have a lot of this stuff available. But again, when it comes to these guild battle fights, just bring in what works best. Honestly, Janosik is still like pretty good in certain fights, especially once you get him ranked up, because he has the ability to automatically put in that marked, and this marked effect increases your allies' attacks and decreases the defense when they're marked. And then whenever you attack it, it gives you bonus gun damage as well, which is, you know, nice, but nothing crazy. But then if you mark them with the Thatcher shot, it also does a 32% decrease to defense too, which is obviously pretty good. So he's fine in single but target fights like this. But for me in particular, I think I'm going to start with, I don't know if I'm going to I'm using these two on the Bless side for sure. I think I'm going to start with Janosik, and then I'll bring in this, and then maybe I'll bring in Dionysus for the crit rate. That seems right to me. Yeah, this looks good. All right, let's run into it. And I'll toy around with this. I'm going to treat this kind of like I treat the guild battles for Ever Crisis, where I just kind of like trial and error this. Okay, so this is one where they don't have infinite HP, it looks like, which means we're going to want to get our buffs on first before we go crazy. And because, again, this has the bonus with the multi-hit, that gives you more damage. We want Makoto Yuki to use his attack a couple of times to get his damage increased before we start nuking with his skill 3. So I think I'm tempted to just use Shockwave here. I don't think... Yeah, it's not going to do that much. Okay, great. And then here we've already got the what's it called, down, so we're just going to use Rebellion on Makoto Yuki. We're going to use Wind skill 3 to increase his crit damage. Which again, in this fight doesn't actually increase his DPS at all. It's just going to, well, I'm sorry, it does increase his final damage, but it's not going to increase his crit damage because we can't crit. We're going to skill 1. Okay. We're good. Okay, we're going to use Anja's skill 1 here. This is like, Anja's one of my favorite characters in this game. I don't know if y'all have done like the synergy for the Monaco. But like that's it's so good. It's obviously it's very, very sad too, but like that's a really well written story. I really liked it a lot. All right, let's go ahead and do all of our buffs here because I think we're gonna knock it down this turn, and I just want to like be ready to go when it's knocked down. There's our highlight. We're gonna go ahead and do, I think probably just wonders maybe. I guess we would use wonders during the weakened phase. So maybe we just do Tempest Ricos here. And then power setup on Makoto Yuki. Okay, and then we're going to put the exercising flames down. Yeah, so whatever I hit with Makoto Yuki this turn is absolutely going to knock it out of this phase. So we're going to go use skill 2 on Tempest Rico. And then because we have A6, it used the skill 2 automatically here. We do have his skill 3, or yeah, we have a skill 3 available here. I'm going to use the skill 3 with Anj. And this is where I get lost in the sauce, because I know if I use his Theurgy here, it's definitely going to go down, and I don't want it to go down yet, because then it'll make it so that he's first in the rotation, and he's not going to get an extra turn here. So like I basically am forfeiting this turn if I use the Theurgy here. So I think I'm just going to use skill 1 again. I could just use skill 3 here too, honestly. Maybe that makes more sense. I skill 3 and then use his Theurgy and then go back and use Melody of Flames again, which will get him back up to the 4. I think that's probably correct, because it's going to kill it no matter what, right? I may as well kill it with more damage. Yeah, let's just do it. Yes, I did. Yeah, either way it was going to die there, so. And now see, he's at the back half again, so we're still going to be able to use 2 attacks with him during this weakened phase. So now we'll go ahead and use this Theurgy, because this will give everybody the extra damage while also increasing his damage. Skill 1 with Turbo. We will Rakunda. Let's highlight with Turbo for more damage here. We're back to skill 3 with Tempest Rico. Back to skill 1 with Anj. Back to skill 1 with Makoto Yuki. And then we're just gonna power set up with Turbo here. This is the last turn, so we're just gonna do damage here, I think. I guess I could Rebellion again. Let's see, I don't know what his crit rate's currently at. Let me check. 83. And then I think Rebellion is down, right? There are so many buffs. I'm just gonna hit it with Wonder here. I imagine that this might be wrong, but I think this doing more damage is probably smarter, so I'm just gonna do it. You take some extra damage, it's fine. Okay, then we're gonna skill 2 with Tempest Rico. Then we'll skill 3 Anj. And then we will rewind with Anj. And I think this will actually get Makoto Yuki to his Theurgy. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it does. And so now we will use the assist as well. Okay, and then we skill 3. And then it'll rewind back to this turn again. And I think his Theurgy is going to be up if I did this right. Yep, and now his skill 2 goes off. Yep, and we got our highlight too, which I probably should. So that tells me I should have been on Dionysus there. But you guys can do that if you have all of these tools. You can do that on your playthrough. I can always redo this if I wanted to too. Let me Theurgy, and now we'll have 4 of those red moons. They're the red full moon stacks. I don't know what they're actually called. They might actually just be called full moon stacks. But then you discard the Hades again, and then this should do a boatload of damage because it's A6. Yeah, over 10 million. That's ridiculous. And there you go. There you go. Obviously, that's very, very good. But yeah, if you don't have A6 Makoto Yuki, I don't think you'll be able to hit numbers like that. But The general strategy is the same, right? I played around the fact that it was an A6 Makoto Yuki. You could just use like your whatever your A0R0 is, and it would work out pretty fine. I think it's still like the pretty similar rotation though. You would just like try to stack up his damage as best as you can, so that way you set up for the Ond rewind at the very end of that that last weekend stage, because then he'll have the four red moon stacks and the 4 regular moon stacks. His skill 2 will go off if you have the A6. If you don't have the A0, then you don't have to worry about the 4 stacks happening before his turn, because it doesn't automatically cast. And you could also use his Theurgy, like the Cadenza one, instead for the first one for the A0R0. I think that's probably what I would do. And then because his Theurgy would still come back up in time, and you would still use his skill 2. But at the A6 version of Makoto Yuki, even if I use Cadenza, it would still use the other one. But I could probably show that really quick, honestly. Maybe I'll just do it with the other team too, just so it's a little bit easier to see. And then same team exactly. We're just going to use my Makoto Yuki instead. And then Turbo with Anj, Purgatory, these 3, and go. And I'll just do this rotation again just to show it off, I suppose. Yeah, again, I'm just really making these videos for more fun than anything else. I don't know if this will actually help people, or if y'all are interested in even hearing my opinion on these type of things, like the Sea of Souls and the Nightmare Gateway and stuff like that. But if you are, you know, leave a comment, let me know. I don't mind making this stuff, because again, I'm playing the game already, so if I have to, like, you know, play the game and, you know, record while I'm doing it, it's not the end of the world, right? I'll have fun with it still. So if it's something y'all are interested in seeing, let me know. All right, so we would skill 1 here. So basically it was skill 1 with Turbo, Rebellion with Wonder, skill 3 with Tempest Rico, and then we just go to the first rotation here. So now we're gonna put this onto Makoto Yuki. And then again, I think we're still good to do our thing here. The A0R0 looks like it's doing significantly less damage, obviously, right? Obviously. So we can be a little bit more aggressive here. So let's go ahead and put the crit thing up onto him as well. Double power set up there as well. But I might be able to use the Theurgy here. We're gonna go ahead and put the Exercising Flames down. Get her heal in. Put a skill 2 with Tempest Rico. And then the skill 3. And then I think we can just use the Theurgy here. I don't think this will kill it. I was wrong. Okay, so yeah, so that same exact strategy then, right? I don't have to. That was a really bad time to pause. But yeah, here's exactly what I'm talking about, right? So now he doesn't get his extra turn, quote unquote. He doesn't get another turn, and now we don't have any stacks down on this from the skill 1 from Wonder, and so now we're losing out on this turn here. So I'm just gonna restart this and then play it again.
A few moments later.
Switch to Zhao Gongan. Exercising Flame. I'm so bad with the names. I'm sorry, y'all. Don't judge me too harshly, please. I try my best. Skill 2 with Tempest Rico. And then instead of using the Theurgy here, we'll use skill 3 with Anj, and then just use skill 4 or skill 3 rather with Makoto Yuki here. Same as we did with the A6 or the A6 build. Because this should knock it out just like the other one did. Yeah, great, perfect. So now it goes back to the weekend stage, but now we have a full rotation at the top of the thing now. So we can go ahead and use the skill 2. I guess I could have used Cadenza there like I said I was going to. That actually would have made more sense, eh? Ah, it's too late. It's too late. We're gonna switch back over to Yannisik here and just use Rakunda. I don't know if this Rakunda actually matters or not, but like this is just my normal rotation. So we're gonna turbo highlight here. We skill 3 with Tempest Rico. We skill 1 with Anj. And then skill 1 with Makoto Yuki. I wonder, you could probably skill 3 there with Makoto Yuki, or skill 2 there with Makoto Yuki too, maybe. Because it doesn't die there, right? Maybe we can get an extra buff on. I don't know if that'll actually help or not. Okay, so we learned last time that we actually want to be on Dionysus for the highlight, right? So let's just Rebellion onto Makoto Yuki again. Go ahead and skill 2 on Makoto Yuki as well. And then we use skill 3 with Anj. Oh, I almost didn't do the rewind. Oh my gosh. Muscle memory. Capo. And then the assist. And then skill 3. Still solid damage. There we go. Now we've got our highlight. So we go ahead and use the Dionysus highlight. We use the Theurgy. I suppose, do I want to just use the Cadenza here? No, that can't be better. That can't be better. We'll just do damage. Just do damage. Just do damage, Warhead. And then skill 3. And then this will be the end. But yeah, obviously this is going to be worse than the A6 version, but I still did 3 million damage on that attack. That's pretty good. That's not bad. Yeah, 163 million. So obviously, like I said, it's a third of what we got for the A6 version. But like you can see the strategy, right? It's pretty easy overall. But yeah, I hope this helped, folks. So hope you enjoyed. And if you're interested in me doing videos like this, you know, obviously let me know. Again, there's different ways to do that. Maybe the Cadenza before he uses the last attack before this thing goes to its weakened stage. Maybe that's better than the other way around. I don't know. I probably won't test it much further than that because I'll go back and do the Fafnir portion of the fight now. But yeah, let me know if y'all are interested. I appreciate y'all watching. If you haven't seen our poll video, we did a poll video for Miku. The polls went really well, so it's a fun watch. But if y'all are interested in checking that out, let me know. And if you're interested in checking out Persona 5 the Phantom X, you should. It's a great time to jump into it right now. They're giving out a lot of rewards for first anniversary, like a lot of rewards, way more than I thought they were going to for first anniversary. There's a lot of fun events right now with first anniversary. You get a ton of login bonuses as well. And the story in this game is really, really good, in my opinion. It's a lot of fun. You don't have to like participate in the gacha at all, really, to enjoy the main plot, because they have the enemies scaling to your Wonder character level. So you can actually enjoy the story without having to participate too much in the gacha if you don't want to. But the gacha in this game has been pretty friendly overall for free-to-play players. So I've enjoyed it quite a bit as a largely free-to-play player. And I think you would as well. But I appreciate y'all watching. If you haven't already, make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe. Appreciate y'all watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And as always, we'll see you again in the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.